I'm not scared of being the competition any more than you were when you lined up across from a superior team. Yeah, on paper, they're a better team.
Right.
They have all the assets and resources that we don't. But let us get on the line, boy, and see if that factors in. I guarantee you it won't.
Wow.
Keep it going. Some privilege in the backwood blowing. Hold it down for the Bay, reppin' Oakland.
It's all a fugazi.
And you know the difference between me reading your papers now and me reading your papers 10 years ago is that now I know when I read it. 10 years ago, I didn't know when I read it.
It's no matter. It's not on the elemental chart. It's not fucking real.
Right. All right.
It didn't happen. It didn't happen. And I hate to seem like a petty individual for picking apart lies.
Carrying a school bag on stage. What are you doing with a school bag on stage? You can't even read.
No, you ain't the champ. Hey, listen, don't make me embarrass you. How you gonna do this? Embarrassing. How you gonna do the champ? You go fight more than 4,000 people live. One more people in training.
40 years old carrying a school bag. The man doesn't even fucking read.
And Dad tried to teach me of my brothers. Never try to be better than someone else. Always learn from others. And never cease trying to be the best you could be. That's under your control. I coined my own definition of success, which is peace of mind, attained only through self-satisfaction and knowing you made the effort to do the best of which you're capable.
What do you both think about fear?
I'm not in this world to live up to your expectations. I'm here to live up to mine.
He who is not courageous enough to take risks will accomplish nothing in life.
Fear is a teacher.
And I don't skip class.
What are you doing?
Hmm?
What are you doing?
Nothing. Me? Just hanging around.
Hey now, say now. Hey now, say now. Hey now, say now.
Hey now. Hey now. Yeah. Hey now. Hey now.
Hey now.
Did I just nail the grail?
You just hit the grail.
Did I just nail the grail? Hey now, say now. Hey now, say now.
Hey now, what's going on? Feels good to be back. Quite a week of sports. UFC card, NBA finals, NHL finals, World Cup. So a lot of sports. Pretty exciting. Today's poll, we'll start right with that. What do you want to see more of? I mean, I have, the audience is right here. So call in, scheduled guests, price charts, watch videos. And last I checked, it was pretty damn split. Hold on, I'm curious because a few people have voted. I'm going to watch. Pause that. So far, yeah. I mean, I kind of know what I already feel like is going to win, and then I can prove a point to everybody. Holy shit, you need a Twitter. I do have one. I'm so inactive on it. But we already have $10 from Bobby Boucher. Thank you, sir. I have one. I just don't use it. And here's the honest thing, man, because let's start this way. Wasn't planning on saying it, but let's just be fair. Call a spade a spade. You know, what I notice as a content creator is, sure, a lot of people in cards have Instagram's, and then apparently there's a whole nother world on X/Twitter. And then, of course, Facebook, but whatever, Facebook's, sure. But you see it on Instagram, people really building out their Instagram, fake, real, whatever. We'll get into some questionable subscriber counts and things like this in a bit. But here's my point with the Twitter and Instagram. What I've noticed, dude, I'm not on there in my personal life. Do I scroll it for content, see what's going on with cards? Yes. But I'm just not a big social media is kind of a toxic area. Now, is YouTube kind of social media? Is this maybe it just doesn't strike me the same as getting wrapped up into the other social media. Anyways, I have an idea of what's going to win here. I think I'm going to be right, and then I'll prove my point on poll of the night. What do you want to see more of? Call in, schedule guests, price charts, or watch videos. I do have quite a bit planned. We have quite a bit of call-ins planned. Where do I want to start? Let's start from the beginning. Yeah. We'll get into all of that on the screen. So interesting to say the least. Interesting to say the least. So we got some fun stars and cards. We'll talk about it. PSA Pop Report. Someone messaged me yesterday and something's changed. The Knicks was a special title, and I'm going to have an unpopular take when we get to that Trump UFC card. Cheney Rippey takes it off pretty quickly. Odd subscriber numbers. Jeff is, he's doing it early this year because we weren't going live yet. So I believe we watched his summer extravaganza. We watched some of it on our live when he did it last year. So he's doing it right now. I think going up against us. Oh my goodness. Not the same demographic of viewers. And last year was a really rough watch. Content creator, good take. Collector MD wants to call in later tonight. I think he has a new initiative. And then Richie Rich, I think is going to call from Japan. He's a Knicks fan. Who else? McPigskin has taken care of his kid tonight, but huge Knicks fan. Collector MD, lifelong Knicks fan. So, that's a special one. Tomorrow we have Victor Rookie Cards calling in. I've never got to really talk with him. We spent a little time DMing, so that'll be fun chat. Next week, Sports Card Investigator. I want to watch some of his video because Ziggy was right. It's not because his video was pretty solid, and it's like that stuff. It's so... all of it, what he says is just like, well, I see what I still some. I mean, now it's like, oh my God, I'm so controversial or a hot take. It's just what everyone's thinking. The dude says what everyone's thinking in the room. So we'll have him on next week. We'll take a look at his video. If we don't have time tonight, we'll do it tomorrow. But he makes some really good takes. He throws in some good clips. Chris Hoge card ladder, and then to end the month, RGL hopefully, and Chris Sewell. Next month, Rob Varys, Ryan from Gemrate, and I'll keep booking. It's 109 fucking degrees. So I know some people, and Bobby Boucher, thank you, sir. I know who else we got in there. OJ Pimpson, 25% off. Prof Chat is a capital J. What's that? 25%. Sure. You really, dude, OJ, you really think that's who's in here? I mean, I know you kind of troll and this, but that is not who is in here. I don't even know what gives you that vibe or thought. I mean, it's so random and weird. I don't know why chat or people around we get, it just people want to hate, but I don't know why people get labeled a certain way. Yeah, you understand that the people in the audience and in the comment section of the chat are some of the brighter people in the whole space. A lot of sometimes it's people that are in the industry and do it for a living. So I just think it's such a stupid comment what you put, and where was it? Because I don't see Frank getting to it right here. Yeah, I mean, this is ridiculous. That's not, you think that's Orlando and Petty and the people, Collectors MD, Big Mac, Ziggy. You think Ziggy was at collector firm? You never know. I can't imagine, but boy, does he get brought up. Dave Snyder, Dave Snyder in the bunker, but no, man, nobody, everyone in here's got somewhat of a logical brain, but no, they were definitely, I don't know why Prof is making America great again. I don't know why. Let's go Longhorns. Hey, College World Series. What a real fun, it's about to hit the lull. Enjoy. Well, we have World Cup all summer, which is pretty awesome because normally summer all-star baseball season, you get to the all-star game, it's the lull. I mean, you're right in the middle of baseball. You don't have football yet. Basketball is done. This year we have World Cup. Next, I go to Summer League every year. I love Summer League. Okay, so Bitcoin at 65,000 today, right around what it was last week. But yeah, I mean, stark difference from last year, just, over 100 grand. Now we're playing in the 60s. Silver hit $70. I guess last week, I'm pretty sure I updated $76, and last year's price 34. Silver, I think, went over 100 at some point or was flirting. I think it did. And then gold at 4,300. We're tracking it every week. It's kind of fun to see every week. And just keep an eye on. Again, poll of the night. I know what's going to win. I mean, what's going to win, and then I can prove my point when it wins. Matter of fact, let me just take a look. How many people have voted so far? 40 votes already, and there's 2 that are crushing. One that's doing really bad, and the one I thought was going to win is slightly winning. There's another one close to it. So, but then I could prove my point. Which I want to. So, okay. Not going to the National. This is some of the, I made some notes. That Sports Card Investigator, and then I stopped making notes because I kept watching. I'm like, damn, we'll just watch it. But he has some guys not going to the National. Flipping Steve, it might be the last year of his free trip. He might be. It sounds like he's ending his channel, which, you know, I'm shocked to see so many channels have lasted so long. Flippin' Steve was denied a media badge to the National, and you know who else was? Me. I was denied the media badge to the National, and I went last year. I did not apply for a media badge last year. You get as much. Just fine. You know, you're going to get in for free, I guess, but I don't think you get a ton of special perks now that they're being more conservative with them. Maybe you do. But so hobby versus industry, they don't want the hobby guys. Clearly, Flippin' Steve's a hobby guy having the media credentials. I'm one of the few there to make content on the National, not promote a business or the industry side. I actually really enjoyed the National last year. I think I spoke pretty well. And, you know, I enjoyed it so much. I'm going again this year. I'm spending a ton of money to, you know, fly across the country and have booking and now to pay. So, you know, this is not my words. This was the sports card investigator, which I'm not sure his name, so I'll have to ask him when he comes on. But he calls it gatekeeping, inflated self-importance, and in my words, they want to control it all. So Frank is back. Hit the like button for Frank. We got to get Frank on. I want to know what he had for dinner, where they went. He told me it is a great time. I have some Instagram things I want to get to. Oh, we'll start here. I haven't heard. Well, I've looked up PSA pop reports forever. I'm even coding a site that, you know, I need the pop reports. And now, you know, I'm working on something. We're working on something over here. Anyways, 2001 Topps baseball cards PSA is how I always did it. You type it in. Okay, you click it. Now what happened? Oh, am I logged in? Wait a minute. Hold on. It didn't work yesterday. Let's see. Yeah, they want you. It's no long. You have to sign in. Now, I believe. Now, I currently have my membership. I'm not going to renew it upcoming, but not that I send in a lot anyways. I might not even renew last time. I auto renewed, you know. So the point is that when I sign in, I can see all the pop counts, but I do have the membership. I assume you don't need it. I assume you just need an account, but it used to be you just click the button and it takes you to the pop count screen. Well, not anymore. Now you need to sign in. That's brand new. I mean, that's within, someone sent it to me yesterday. I haven't checked this in, a few months, but that, from what I understand, he was telling me he was just doing, that's brand new that you now have to sign in to get the PSA data. So just go check GemRate. Go on GemRate. And we'll check this out later. God, it was so bad last year. I assume they worked on it. They made it a little more exciting. It's the sell product anyways. Okay, so here, in the thumbnail, here's the little Trump bit. We're not going to spend long on it. This guy was my buddy I was watching it with. We went out to we went to the Durango casino, and it was actually too packed. We left there, went somewhere else to watch. World Cup was on. This was on. The hockey finals was on. This is one of the more controversial guys, but he has this card made. Where is it? Where's the card? Don't I have? Hold up. One of these goes, hit the arrow. Hold on. No. I had the card up. Anyways, there it is. He's putting it on. Oh my God. And then here, you don't need to hear it, but you'll see Trump in the back take it off, rather quickly. I don't need to hear the news from CNN or Fox or Jeff, but he's back here. He's taking it off. Oh my God. Amazing. You get the photo of it. And, well, give it 2 seconds. There it is, coming off. And I don't know. I enjoyed the fights. Gaethje, who was not supposed to win, he was a big underdog. That guy kind of messed up because in the second round, he hurt Gaethje. I don't know if you watched the fights. It went 5 rounds. Gaethje beat him up. It went 4 rounds. The doctor stopped it. The doctor stopped it after the 3rd round. He said, you can't continue. You can't see. And somehow the dude talked him into continuing to fight, and he got to fight the 4th round. And after the 4th round, they called it. But in the 2nd round, he had Gaethje hurt really bad, and then they went to the ground for 2 minutes. And if he had just stood up, he probably would. Anyways, a good fight. Dude broke, I think, his orbital socket in both eyes, in both.
Do you think there's a chance the president says that was good? Let's do it again next year.
I can't afford it. There's no fucking way we can do this again. I'll never do the Sphere again, and we'll never do this again.
There it is. So if you went to either, it was hot, it was musky. Overall, the TV presentation, it was way too long. It took them forever to walk. And what the fuck? If you watch the main event, they're walking from like the Oval Office. It was the longest walkouts. It did, the fights were good. Presentation was having them go. I don't care if it's left or right. I don't care who the president was. Having them go after and every fighter that won shake the it was just, let's not mix politics and sports. Come on, bro. We watch sports not for that. Okay. Someone else sent me this. Interesting enough, this girl, and there was a newer one. When was this? June 4th. So relatively recent. Lisa Ann live card break stream. I don't know who Lisa Ann is, but they told me, and this is from Steel City Collectibles. And so we can click her X account. She has 2 million followers. And if we scroll down, okay, sundress of the day. She's ripping. This is the lady that's going to rip cards. If you're in Omaha Cards World Series, stop by the Rhino to say hi to these beautiful ladies for me. All right, interesting. Lisa Ann selling her book. I do think she did some broadcasting in sports, but she also did some erotica or exotica. In Minneapolis for the, real loyal. I don't. So anyways, this person's doing ripping cards, live card break stream for Steel City. And that's, so be it. But I forgot to share this when someone sent it to me, but then I remembered because then someone else sent me this. Oh, by the way, Lisa Ann is a highly prominent American author, podcaster, and media personality who achieved massive global recognition during her 30-year career in the adult entertainment industry as an actress, director, and talent agent. And I'm not hating, and I'm not, but it's just not what, cards is not supposed to be this. And then this just shows like, I'm not going to say it's either these people think they can make millions of dollars this way, or they're being presented with a check to do it because people are desperate to make sure we sell more cards. And how do you sell stuff? Well, bartenders, go to a bar and check out, you sell stuff to a certain demographic by, looking like this helps, And so here's another one. I don't know who this is. Kendra Lust. And I haven't even watched.
Oh, hell yeah. Matt Stafford. Okay. All right. I like it. Not bad. Pretty big shit. All right. Check them out. Big Hitties on What's Not. Hey, guys. Who doesn't like Big Hitties?
Wrong banner or no?
Let's check this out. Big Hitties. You guys need to check them out on What's Not.
Big Hitties.
See what we got in this break. Check them out, guys.
Charles wrote an interesting fellow. Charles is here. Dave Snyder sent something. He's not too happy with you. I don't know. It's, I wasn't going to get into it. It's like Charles came in the first night ever and went straight at Petty, cussing out Petty. Charles, you can be a feisty one too. So don't make, you don't play the sheep here. You've come in and stirred the pot and riled the pot with not just me, but almost all of chat. Almost everyone. I'm not, you're welcome. And you have some insight and you love cards. That's clear. You clearly, it is a big hobby for you. You're around everywhere, but, you came into the room and also you've stirred it up. I don't think you've blocked half of chat, if not all of them, but Big Hitties. Okay. Anyways, that's being said. Dave did make a little hit piece. I forgot to put it up. Maybe we'll do that now. It seems like.
Oh, hell yeah. Matt Stafford. Okay. All right. I like it.
All right. Okay.
Not bad. Pretty big shit. All right.
Pretty big shit. Yeah. I don't know what she's done. What is she? Kendra Lust is a well-known American adult film actress, director, and entrepreneur, primary blah, blah, blah. I'm not hating. It's just, what are we doing? It's either one, they think they're going to get rich off it. No. Number two, they're... All right. Let's play what Dave sent, and then we'll go to the Knicks, and maybe we'll get our Richie from Japan. Where the hell is... I think in 2 seconds, I'll throw it over. Have that many? No, here it is. All right, throw him over.
Hello. Again, we're sitting here trying to figure these things out.
Turn up your sound.
I would like Professor to do me a favor. Put up the screenshot that I sent to you of the quote that Charles made. And while you're doing that, I want to say this. I'm sick and tired of having to come to defend against other idiots who come in, use the platform provided to them by the
Dave, you sent me the screenshot on my phone. He was talking shit on SCV, I believe, and he's like some stuff, trolling against me. But so be it. That's not, that he just stirred up. He's allowed.
Professor, and then oppose him outside of that platform. This isn't right. Now, I'm not blaming the guy who created the content that caused the comment, because quite honestly, that guy's out front and says it. I'm talking about somebody who actually comes into our platform as a friend and then turns his back and says stupid shit out there. Stop it, Charles. You're using a platform and then you're stabbing the guy in the back. Not cool.
And if Snyder can feel that way and see that way, I'm gonna let Charles do Charles, but yeah, some of us, that's how it's perceived for sure. That's how. Anyways, Collector MD, top of the hour, launching a new. I don't know. Well, I know that's a whole controversial topic, but addiction's real. Helping addiction is good, and we'll let Alex come on. And he's a lifelong Knicks fan, so that. Let's talk a little Knicks real. Give me 5 minutes. Let's talk Knicks. First off, the Jalen Brunson, Walt Frazier dual autograph card. Oh my God. One from the 1973 finals, a piece of lumber there from the court, and one from the 2026 finals. And the very first comment, how long have you guys been holding on the Walt Frazier piece of court just to find a card to put it in? 53 years. That's a little 109 likes on this comment. Duh. It's a little bit odd, a little fish. They could have worked on it up until, but it's at least worth the thought. One of your breakers will get it. $700,000 card. That's the other thing I want to mention. Honest. This is the thought I had. Really hear me out here before we get to the NBA. You could go to the finals and buy an NBA program, right? For $20. Now, did the players step on your program? No. Did they step on the court? Yes. But is it and that program, you can maybe resell it for $30. Maybe in a decade, you'll get $40 or $50. But is there really that big of a difference from that NBA Finals program, which is actually probably more? Oh, this has their autograph. Excuse me. Now you go buy Walton Brunson's auto for far cheaper than whatever this is going to sell for. Far cheaper. So because it has the auto, because it has a piece of the floor, it's exponentially hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of more dollar than a regular Jalen Brunson auto, or a program from the NBA Finals that's going to run you $30. Does it mean that much to somebody because they stepped on the court? It's getting ridiculous. At some point, was it a cool thought from back in the day? Holy shit, you have something, from Babe Ruth, it's exciting, but now it's overdone. It's all over the place. And I would argue that, bro, having a program from the finals is not, 300,000 times less valuable than this stupid fucking card. And is Walt Frazier awesome? Yes. Half of you probably don't even forgot who the guy was. He was one of my dad's favorite. So and then a lot of players from that time, by the way, he's a fun player. And then you have Jalen Brunson over here. So he won me over, that's for sure. So that's a hot take. Now let's get into this real quick. This was a stupid play. You've heard it a bunch. It's tough in the moment, but you're the veteran. You're like the only veteran on the fucking court for the team. They have other guards that could play instead. And this is what you decide to do. So, okay. Where are we? Frank is back. We have a voicemail we'll get into. Let's take a look. Jalen Brunson scored 56 total points in the fourth quarter during the NBA Finals. There was 5 games. He averaged over 11 points per fourth quarter. That's the most points scored in the fourth quarter series that went 5 games or fewer in the play-by-play era. And you can see, it's basically the best fourth quarter in finals since Dirk, and Dirk carried that that team to a championship. Now, I want to ask you, who is this? His cumulative fourth quarter statistics for the 2026 championship series were as followed. He has 14 points in the fourth quarter here. He played 42 minutes in the 5 games. So that's, 9 minutes a quarter, 8.5 minutes out of the 12 minutes each quarter. So he played, most of the fourth quarter. He only had 4 assists in those 5 games. He had 5 turnovers. He shot 26%. From 2-pointer, he shot 25%. And the guy shot 7 threes in the fourth quarter and only made 2 of them at 28.6%. And I will argue, we talked, Cat, he got fucked by the refs. Okay. The refs weren't calling anything. The refs let everything play. And yet everything in game 4 and 5, Cat couldn't even stay on the court. It was all ticky-tack, ticky-tack. They even overturned a hooking one that was, could have went either way, and they called it on the court no, and it made Cat sit the whole game. But the Spurs didn't, the Knicks ended up not needing him as bad as I thought, because this guy I'm about to show you, literally lost this team the series. Hands down, this guy, the Spurs played 3 quarters. They came out with the lead in the first quarter. They almost always had the lead in the fourth quarter, and this guy shit the bed. And in game 5, he wasn't afraid to shoot. Every time he shot, if you're a Knicks fan, you're like, fuck yes. So let's take a look. Who is the culprit here? A guy I used to love watching Sacramento with Sabonis. That was quality, fun basketball. It was just fun basketball. I liked watching that stuff. I get Warriors and Kings games for whatever reason in Vegas, and I would watch a lot of Kings games. So De'Aaron Fox absolutely shit the bed. He missed that layup and shouldn't have went for the layup. But these are his fourth quarter stats. He had 14 points in 5 games. He had 4 assists in those 5 games. And he played 8.5, 9 minutes. He was on the court at the end of the games. In that game 5, he shot 3 straight consecutive. Maybe there was 1 shot in between, and he missed them all in crucial times of the game. I think he wanted to make up for his stupid ass layup in game 4. And now, this is on the Spurs a little bit. The Spurs have created this great team here. And if you believe in Wemby, I believe in Joe Hendry. All right, my bad. I know some of you hate that. But, maybe you believe. And I love Wemby. That's another. I'm going to get to my take that's going to be, you're not going to love. It's going to be a little unpopular here in a minute. But De'Aaron Fox, 4-year, $229 million extension. This was before... I think this season, it was definitely before the playoffs. I don't remember exactly when, but 2026, 27, 50. I mean, this is a ridiculous deal. He's not really going to be welcome back to all that much. You got to lose this deal here. And now you're going to have to pay guys as they get older, like Castle and Harper. And so, something I had to look it up before the finals. I'm like, where the hell's Jeremy Shohan? Because he was part of this whole Spurs build, and then he didn't fit. His style didn't fit. And where did he sign as a free agent? He didn't play much, but the fucking New York Knicks. So who's smoking a cigar on San Antonio's court after the NBA finals? Jeremy fucking Shohan. It's got to feel good for him. And him and Wemby are kind of buddies from what I remember. So the Spurs have a problem with this contract. It's going to be hard to trade. De'Aaron Fox absolutely cost the Spurs it was the very close finals. This was not a 3-1 finals. The other thing, coaching, that coach is 39 years old, his first year. Epic job. Epic. Was he a little out coached in the finals? Sure. But these were games that came down to the wire. The only time I can point to the coaching was bad. The Knicks did when the Knicks took that final shot, let me just do my 2 seconds here more on NBA. When the Knicks took their game winner, Jalen Brunson, even before that, I'm like, dude, don't take it last second. Give yourself 3 or 4 seconds to hit a tip in case. And holy shit, the most athletic, when he tips it, doesn't look like it's going in. How's it get it to go in? Well, when the Spurs took their game winner, I think in game 2, Wemby put it up with no time left. It shouldn't have been Wemby. It should have been somebody else to shoot with 4 seconds. That way, if they miss, Wemby could tip it in. And the Spurs didn't. They played that a little wrong. Their inbounds in game 4, also a terrible inbound to end the game. But De'Aaron Fox, to me, he looked lost. He cost them in huge moments in the fourth quarter. He shot, 26%, 5 for 19. He only had 4 assists in those fourth quarters. And the dude's contract is a huge problem for the San Antonio Spurs. this makes it. Now, here is my controversial a little, I'm 40 years old. I've learned that gambling is not going to get me far. It's something you learn hopefully in your early 20s if you are, and it's catered to us, and we're men, and it's just how it is. And we like sports, and a lot of us, we're the demographic. And so I was almost right on every game, by the way. Normally that's not true, by the way. Trust me, or I'd be betting. So I had no money on this series whatsoever. I didn't bet any of the playoffs, which in the past, or last year, it's been years. It's not something I've been. But anyhow, when you bet, the way you enjoy. My dad used to say this all the time, and I'm like, screw off, Dad. Whatever, old man. And it's like, I got so much enjoyment out of this series, so much enjoyment. And if you're in high on Wemby, it is kind of like gambling. And Wemby made people a lot of money, and Wemby's card are still way up compared to what they were. They're going to fall back down a little, of course. But this was a special fucking championship. Watching the Joker win was cool. Watching Giannis win was cool. Tatum and the Celtics. The Warriors win again, but there was something about this championship that I have a feeling if you're heavy invested in Wemby, you didn't get to experience, you didn't really get to feel the love. I mean, New York is, whether you like, I've never been to New York City, and I don't think I did, I'm not a huge people everywhere type of person. Would I love walking around and seeing it? Of course. Is it for me to live? Hell no. But it was special, man. There was something about this championship that just hit the heart. I mean, Brunson and his dad here, and Brunson couldn't talk in his, it's just a life of hard work, and every minute of his life, even whenever a great athletes and his friends are out in the club or out hanging, he's in the gym. And you could just, man, it made me teary-eyed. It got you the lump in your throat. And hopefully you got to experience that, because it really was a special fucking championship. And I just think there is a gambling aspect that, yeah, I understand it's not, it's buying the wax or breaking or ripping. But if you bought into the Wemby craze, and Wemby's still a great talent and a great player and probably going to have a great career, you probably just didn't get to feel. It's just like if you had, a ton of money on the Spurs to win the title. It's a bit of heartbreak instead. And so I'm glad I got to really not have it was a special title, man. That's just all I want to say. And we'll go down to this. I don't think it's talked about enough. Jalen Brunson took $113 million pay cut. All right. And he's going to make a max now, and he's going to get paid. Not that he already didn't get paid. But him doing that allowed them to sign other great talent. You got to give it to Tom Brady. Something Tom Brady, I fucking can't stand Tom Brady. But that's something you got to give to him. He was smart enough and realize it's a team. And then, I've done March Madness in Vegas for 18 years. We met the East Coast guys back in our Caesars day before they started charging an arm and a leg. And the East Coast guys went to Villanova. So, I had a special attachment to Villanova. We like watching Villanova. And just how, Bridges couldn't stop crying, literally could not stop crying the whole post game. I mean, just tears and tears. It was really neat, man. So anyways, what do we got?
Okay, Dak.
SCV, we're going to challenge them, and maybe I did it a little too easy. It's a minute long, and we'll see how you do. You could play along. Our second week trying this segment here. It's a minute, and then later on, we'll see how he does on the sets. I could have made the players a little harder. There was a few. I didn't know how, dude's 24 years old. I didn't know how deep he went in NFL. So let's find out together how he did. It's a minute long. You play along.
Okay, Dak Prescott.
Yep.
Alvin Kamara.
2 for 2.
Michael Crabtree.
Okay, all right. 3 for 3.
Andrew Luck.
Crabtree, I thought might get you 4 for 4.
Andy Dalton.
Boom. 5 for 5.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Oh, I hope I put something hard. 6 for 6.
Stephon Diggs.
Bam.
Dalvin Cook.
8 for 8.
DK Metcalf.
And make it too easy. Oh, last one's kind of hard.
Ryan Tannehill.
10 for 10. Not even a sweat. Not even a thought. All right. Next time I do it, I'll make it harder for you.
Okay, cool.
Damn. Okay. So real NFL fan. I love it. All right, so he did really well, 10 for 10. I thought Crabtree might have stumped him. I thought who was it? Who was the quarterback? Randall, was it? I don't even remember. And then I thought Tannehill might have stumped him, but no, he got him all. So we'll see how he does on sets. And I'll just spoil it. It's pretty impressive. So we'll do that towards the end of the show. Live every Tuesday, Wednesday. What else do I have? Let's check in on Jeff here in a minute. Kendrick Nunn. I believe he was a Miami Heat. And let's see. I saw like a moment of this. He gets into a Kendrick NBA player, former NBA player, just got punched overseas. Looks like a locker room, but there's a lot of, is there that much real studio lighting in a locker room? I don't know where. Oh, it's not a locker room. Okay. Wait a minute. Was Kendrick Nunn the small dude and this was the other guy? Because this dude that was a big dude that fired that punch. So that's what's going on overseas. Jesus. All right. Oh, okay. I know, but we haven't done it. You know, I saw this and I just got to thinking 16,000 views. I wonder how many. I don't really buy 16. Blue Red keeps calling him. Blue Red, let me throw you on in a minute. Also wouldn't mind talking to Frank, see how his trip went. Where'd he go for dinner? Guess in the comments, where'd he go for dinner? By the way, vote now. What do you want to see more of? I have a feeling I know what I think's gonna win. You want to see more call-ins, scheduled guests, price charts, or watch more videos. But so I saw the mojo, and then I will check in on Jeff here in a second. And as 16,000 views, okay. I mean, even our boy, and I'm not going to use. I want to use Baseball Card Collector Investor Dealer because he has close to 70,000 subscribers, and I just think, you know, his is the most true, real card content. Some of the biggest stuff out there: 14,000, 10,000. So, you know, it's a good thumbnail, but 16,000 is a bit much. And so if you go to his channel, you know, 2.8, 11. All right. But the thing that struck me was 86,000 subscribers. You know, and all right, so that's weird. That's a lot of fucking subscribers. And so then I went over to Social Blade. And you could look at me, you know, statistics are funny, but, you know, in the past 30 days, the guy has 2.3 thousand subscribers. Now, my channel's done pretty well over the past year, and that takes about 5 or 6 months. You know, not 1 month. And it's not like he's doing anything different over the last month. Now, again, we can use me. How have I done over the past month? Well, mine are way more real. 190 subscribers in the past 30 days. Well, let's not use me. Let's use our boy Chris Sewell. What has he done in the past 30 days? Well, in the past 30 days, his numbers are much more real. 500 subscribers. So Chris Sewell, who just had a video, by the way, which shocked me. Go Chris. This month, 167,000 subscribers, 20 views, 20 most valuable baseball cards from the 80s. So you see that did really well. But you know, 16,000, 15,000. These are his more normal views, and he got 500 subscribers in the past 30 days. Who else? Arguably, what you guys would say the hottest card channel that's you know sped up. And then I question when I see this many subscribers that fast. I know he's doing shorts. But even Mojo has more than him, whether these are real or not. 1.9 thousand subscribers in the past 30 days, and Mojo has 2.3, while Chris has 500, and I have 200. And then you wonder, well, how many does Neo have? How many subscribers has Neo got in the past 30 days? Well, Neo's gotten 200, about the same as me. So none of this makes sense that Mojo had. Well, it does make sense that Mojo has 2.3 because it's just not real somehow. You know, somehow it's not what card channels do. And then Sports Card Dad, and at least he's not out there buying stuff because he's at 100 subscribers the past 30 days. Okay, how about, so then you wonder, okay, another Fanatics guy, How about the hobbyist King of Cards? Well, you could already know. You don't even have to look. It's not 3,000. It's 17,000 subscribers in 30 days is bullshit. That's not real. It's not true. And you know, someone that just spends and this should bother Dustin, and it should bother Neo, and it should bother anyone that works hard on YouTube to try to create card content, because this is all just bullshit. And I'm not saying Mojo's a bad guy. I'm not saying any of them are bad people. I find it gets conflicted. I'm not attacking anyone personally. I'm not attacking anyone. There's no personal attack here. What's happening is, you know, I'm showing you that stuff content wise. I'm never attacking them. They're how, you know, disgusting of the, maybe never, but in this instance, I haven't said one bad word about anybody. What I'm pointing out here is these subscriber counts over 30 days are fishy, odd, should make everyone think, and they're not real, in my opinion. You know, not when even Boston Card Hunter, who again has come out of nowhere and just boom, he's had 2,000, 1.9, which I still, okay, good for him if that's real. He says they are, but then Mojo has 2.3 and King of Cards says, so then I'm like, okay, well, how about Rattle Pokemon? He has a big, one of the bigger YouTube, 63,000 subscribers, almost 64,000. He's well watched, gets lots of views. How many subscribers has he gotten in the past 30 days? 700. I mean, case closed. And it goes on everywhere in our industry. It goes on everywhere. You know, you were not privy to this, and then you're called a conspiracy theorist or a tinfoil hat, which I'm not when you mention this kind of stuff. But you know, why explain 17,000 new subscribers is bullshit. You know, these 2.3, it's not how creating card content works. And you have to understand, if they continue to elevate themselves and connect with fanatics, well, now they, you know, it worked with Jeff's channel, and now look at Jeff's deal. when you're establishing yourself as the authority, and what got me thinking this, by the way, is I was on YouTube and I just typed in sports cards. And I want you to see all the channels that come up, all these same ones. Why are they the ones that come up? Well, they're the ones, you know, they're just most likely paying YouTube a lot of money to advertise their videos, so they pop up over everyone else's, or they pop up after a video, or they pop up on your right side, or they pop up as a recommended video. And so, you know, every single one, there's Mojo. All I did was type in sport, and that's what got me thinking this, by the way. Mojo, sports card investor, sports card investor, sports card investor. Here's maybe one that's natural. I don't know, sports card site. Sorry, Trike. I just don't buy it. I know. I think, and here, that's a good one. I like talking to Trike. I think Trike's a cool, good dude. I think I really like chatting with Trike a bunch, by the way. The views are iffy, and then you know, he pops up, sports card investor, sports card investor, sports card investor, king of the cards, sports card investor, sports card investor. So as you see, sports, you know, Trike, sports card investor, Trike plus, yeah, man. And then this one, I don't know who this Wayne Collection is. 182,000 views, my ass. He's one that's also popping up. I could guarantee you he has a ridiculous amount of, not, you know, maybe it's real. I doubt it. 130. I do think he has good thumbnails and, you know, takes a different angle, a YouTube angle, but I still don't buy what's happening there. I know I'm crazy. It's not. We looked at other things. So, all right, let's take a look. So we have Blue Red below, Alex below, Frank fucking Shave. Frank, you should hop on. We should do 2 minutes. Frank, I think you should hop on. We should do 2 minutes here. Let me throw you on. Give me 2 seconds here. Let's see here. Is Frank here? Oh my God, Frank.
Hey now.
When's the last time? Wait. When's the last? I've only known you, what, 9, 10, 11 months. When's the last time you've been clean shaven?
Oh, I don't know. About 7 months, probably.
Oh,
it's always a
All
playoff
right.
period.
Okay.
It's always half and half. So I'm sorry for any
It hasn't
shock
been
there.
years and years. Like your son didn't see your face and cry. He knew who you were.
No. My beard's not that good. So yeah, we gotta we have to measure it out a little bit. You know what I mean?
Frank, you've been doing fucking comments and helping for 10 months. You took
Comments
the
are
first
great
week
tonight,
off
by the way.
last week. So how was the week off?
It was really good. I got older kids. It's limited. Dinner update. We had elevated Mexican. My wife
Elevated
said
Mexican
she
with
had,
2012.
yeah, just like a
Elevated.
guacamole, like different platter of different guacamoles, and
You
my
know what's
wife
so
said,
ironic about this is you hate when other lives talk about where they ate, but we have to know, of course. Yeah, but
"That's
we
true,
have
that's
to know.
true." Everyone's asking though, you know what I mean? It's all about the chat.
I want to know.
And then my wife said she had the best shrimp tacos she's ever had. It's just after I mentioned that Petty bought them though. So like
Hey.
I don't know what's going on there.
Big shout out to Petty. Big shout out to the channel for buying Frank dinner.
I
And
fucking love Petty,
Frank,
dude.
your trip was really good. You look refreshed. You
It
look
was
like a new man.
fantastic. I kind of am. All right, I got a couple things for you. Ziggy's got major
Ballpark Alex,
MLB.
hold on, Frank. Ballpark
Yeah,
Alex,
is he
I don't know if
on?
you're still, I go for
Fuck this
4
guy.
hours. We did Knicks, we did segment on, like, if you're gonna tune in
his
for
deal?
10 minutes and judge, I don't know, man. Alex, so we pissed
Why
him
doesn't he
off
come on?
somehow.
Tell
And it's
why?
just funny that he shows up or is here. I mean, I just said, if that's fine, do what you got to do. But yes, seeing 17,000 subscribers compared to Rattle Pokemon or Chris Sewell, it should piss Chris Sewell off because it's like, what's happening here? Anyways, we'll move on. What does Ziggy got to be?
Alex, we're also on YouTube. Are we talking about stuff like this? I mean, come on, dude. Like, seriously, whatever. Ziggy and I are beefing over MLB. I'm trying to convince him it's a better product. Who knows with the lockout though. Tomorrow night, do you have anyone scheduled for 8:15 Eastern time, 7:15 CST?
That's 5:15 my time. No, why? What's going on?
Professor wants to come on.
Hell yeah! All right.
That's right. I love it. So him and I were talking earlier about that. Orlando had an amazing video that was in the wake of the finals. He brought up some 1970s cards from like the last time. It wasn't the last time the Knicks won, but it was a championship from that era. It was a really, really good video. Charles back in the chat. A lot of animosity towards Charles, one of the all-time great Carlos guys. I'm sorry, I call him like I see him.
Frank, let's have this. But Frank, let's have this cover because I like talking with Charles. Charles is welcome, but Charles came in hot. I mean, the very first time months ago,
That's why he's a great
he
caller,
got into it, and
that's why he's a great
telling
caller.
Petty
Come on
to
now.
fuck off. So I mean, Charles has a little of it on. He's not innocent completely here.
One of the best callers in the history of the show. I don't fucking care, bro. Come on now, we're trying to make good shows around here. I'm just saying. Anyway. Say motherfucker.
Gone. Up, Frank's gone. There we are. All right. A collector's dream. We'll watch it later. Maybe tomorrow. What was it? You said it was, or we'll take. Oh yeah. Oh God. Okay, those are like my. I love vintage basketball cards. So yes, we'll have to take a quick look. I put it in the notes. Oh, Frank left. Okay, Alex is below. Snyder's below. Blue Red's below. Alex, let me do quickly blue. I'll do Snyder because Snyder's fast. We'll do blue red, and then I'll throw Alex up. So Snyder, let's go first. How we doing, Snyder?
All right, real quick. I just want to say this real out of the way. I am not looking to hurt in any way. I want him to apologize. That's all.
That's not going to I can tell. I don't think Charles feels he owes anyone an apology. That's how I get a vibe from Charles. Like Charles is, we've seen how he interacts with the comments. We see how he interacts. I don't think, and that's fine. I don't think Charles feels like, but he definitely has turned.
Well, because I don't want Frank to think that I'm all against him either. Because Frank made some comments in the chat that he likes Charles. Well, I like Charles too. I love when he grovels.
Exactly. I know. Charles doesn't feel like he owes anyone an apology. The problem, one thing is I made a mistake. I was very kind. I was too kind. I'm learning how to go live. I'm learning. But when I bring up Chris Sewell and Dan the Carman, and Charles doesn't feel like, he owes me anything for that, and he doesn't. But I should, maybe that was on me for giving too much run you know, Charles is still a good caller, but Charles should be like you and everyone else, 3 to 2 to 5 minutes. And it got worked in a way where Charles wanted to be the co-host, you know, and he turned quick. And so, you know, but again, I don't think he feels like he owes anything or an apology or anything like that. And that's fine, you know, but we did get Charles. I mean, you came into this whole scene and you got quick exposure by coming on, and people know who you are. And, you know, and you're more than welcome to stay around. But, you know, the other thing I got a vibe, Dave, from Charles, and I told him this, is that, you know, the chat normally likes, it's a good hang, it's vibes. And Charles definitely has gotten into it with all chat. It's not, Charles has a bit of an anger streak around in our here. So do we, by the way. So that's, you know, maybe that's hypocritical.
Anyway, you know what? Kick me the fuck out, will you?
It has to be, you know, it's a sensitive fucking subject. It really is. It's just a weird subject. I wasn't gonna. Dave made the video. It's something. It's obviously in comments, and so it's like the elephant in the room. How do we not chat about it a little? All right, Blue Red, and then Alex. Blue Red's Cedric, bro. You have the funniest fucking takes. Were you right on Knipple? Did you sell too late? Yes, but you know you got some funny takes. What is our take tonight?
Well, so you know that sports card iconic feel that I was talking about earlier?
All right.
And I have this theory. What if the look of a card is tied to a player's success? Like, I'm not even joking to you. If you think about it, the Michael Jordan Fleer rookie card looks iconic, but if you bought it back in 1986 and you knew that he was going to go on and do it, it honestly makes sense.
But if you brought it in 2007, it wasn't this price. If you brought it after his career, it didn't skyrocket to this. Like you would be saying something different if we talked 8-9 years ago. You know, I mean, now he sounds like a genius, but if we were talking a decade ago, you know, it's a reasonably priced still card. Fuck, 4 years ago, it was probably still more reasonably priced.
Because I was looking at Jackson Smith Najiba Prism rookie cards.
All right.
And
this is perfect segue. Go ahead.
If you talk about Bijan Robinson and Jackson Smith Najiba, both of these players have the same iconic look on their Prism rookie cards. And if you take a look right now, you can see it in plain sight. And I'm doing this theory of Tyler Shuck Prism rookie cards, and I bought a Tyler 9. I bought an Orange Ice PSA 9 for about $100, which is actually not a bad purchase. I'm not going to go super hard into Tyler Shuck, but I'm probably going to trade into it. Into something.
All right, so with you here, I'll do it. Blue Red, you know I'm doing what I collect. I have all the NBA players that ever play over 500 game rookie card. All right, I have about 70-80% of the collection. And I'm also working on a wide receiver collection, a quarterback collection. So I decided, hey, I'm going to rank my top 50 wide receivers. And then it got me to buy who am I missing? And do I have them next to me? Yeah, I'm missing. Well, I'll show them after when I'm. Anyway, so here's number 4. Last week we did Neighbors and Harrison Jr. So here's 48, Jerry Jeudy. That's the rookie card I have of Jeudy. I thought his stats would actually be a little better. He only has 17 touchdowns. He had a great 2024. He had 90 receptions. We thought he was going to be a stud, 1,200 yards. Only had 4 TDs that year. And I'll get to this in a minute. I'll wrap back to what you're saying, Blue Red, because I made some purchases that it's just going to make you rethink everything. Calvin Ridley has 41 touchdowns. He's only played 7 seasons. There's my Calvin Ridley rookie. He has 5,600 yards. He had 2 back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons. Had a terrible year last year. DJ Moore is my next in the ranking, whatever number, 47. I need to put a number, 47, 46. He's had a nice career, 8 seasons, 600 yards, or excuse me, 600 catches, 8,000 yards, 43 touchdowns. And then we'll go way back. Joey Galloway. I have 2 rookies. I've had these since I'm 8-9 years old. Just sitting in my box. Played 16 seasons for 5 teams, 700 catches, 10,000 yards, almost 11,000 yards, 83 touchdowns. And then the last one will end on Michael Thomas is not in the league anymore. The dude had receptions, 104, 125, 149 in 2019, and he's not even in the league anymore. 1,700 yards. He had where was his touchdowns at? 9 was his most. Okay, so where is Michael Thomas? Well, he's out of the league. He's released by the Saints in 2024. He had a record-breaking peak, and just injuries kind of ended his career. Now, Blue Red, here's where I want to go with it, because this got me, okay, spending a little money. Who am I missing on the all-time list? So this guy's not, you're not going to see a slide. That's Hines Ward. Hines Ward, you know, he's up there in receptions, but he's also just, he was a stud. He blocked like no other receiver you could think of. I mean, just a great blocking tight end, but it goes deeper than that. Then I bought this Keenan McCardell rookie patch auto out of 1,000 for $35. Okay. Keenan McCardell, also one of the better receivers of the last 10, 15 years. So when you see a $30,000 card, a $3,000 card, this was $35. Okay. And this is where a lot of this shit's going to head, by the way. And then the big one, I couldn't pass it up. For $80, I bought an autographed rookie card of LaDainian Tomlinson. And if you, for $80 so it's all a pump job. It's all a sales job. There are some amazing things out there that this should be worth more than 80-90% of, it should be worth more than any Con Knipple card. I thought about it. Barry Sanders is the best running back I've ever seen. As I started watching football early 90s. And the second best running back I've ever seen is Tomlinson. And so for this card to be $80 is a joke. And then I bought a whole set of rookie cards. These are all numbered to 1,500. Reggie Wayne is in here, one of the top receivers. Todd Heap is in here. Tim Hasselbeck, all numbered to 1,500. Just cost like $8. With shipping, it was like another $7. So to me, you know, am I going to get rich off this shit? No. Am I happy to have it in my collection? Yes. And some of that's far more valuable on a real market if we weren't just playing certain players, but it's just certain players, and that's easier to sell to the masses. So Blue Red, I know I kind of went on a whole thing there. I don't know which. So that's where I go. Go buy some. All these guys that you think today, they're going to turn into this.
And yeah. Part of me does know that part, but I think what I've learned with Modern is that I'm not going to go super duper hard in Modern, because I tried the Con Knipple thing as like an experiment to see if I could get the right player, and I was correct. But what I should have done was just go to a casino to place a bet for him to do it. And honestly, there were some players that I grew up watching, like Marshawn Lynch, and I also saw
go buy him. That's an awesome buy. And you know what? Lynch is the guy that everybody loves. He's lives on pat. He's one of the few players that people know, and his personality, and he's well. I mean, I don't think he's country. He's well liked. I love Marshawn.
Blue
Lynch.
Red wants players on the way up, though. Blue Red.
Don't they all? Doesn't everybody?
Because Marshawn
Devontae
Lynch
Smith,
once said, "I'm just
VJ
here so I
Edgecombe,
won't get
bro.
fined."
What about
Listen
Dylan
to Blue
Harper?
Red.
I mean, it's like VJ. How about? I mean, we can name so many young players. It should be. It's just gonna, you know, 2 people is what you sell to the mass public. You can't sell all the people. It's too confusing. But you can sell them on, hey, Con Knipple's breaking the all-time 3 record, or Cooper Flagg looks like a stud. What about VJ Edgecombe? What about Dylan Harper? What about all the other good rookies?
VJ Edgecombe, Devontae Smith.
Gentlemen, I gotta
Go
throw.
in
I want
Blue
to.
Red. Go all in.
Why not in
Some other
Jigba? He
players-
loves the Seahawks, so why not in Jigba? for
Devontae
him?
Smith is the next in Jigba. I mean, he wants guys on the way up, dude. I'm just saying.
Devontae Smith needed AJ Brown. Ouch! I'm sorry, Frank. Ooh, that stings. I know that.
Some of
stings.
these other players that I also grew up watching was Aaron Darnold, and I hated Aaron Darnold as a Seahawks fan.
Oh, I love
He
it.
was-
Okay, all right.
He was the blocker of the Seahawks getting rings.
Alex, I'm gonna throw. Thanks for being down there. I'll throw you on in like 1 minute, Alex. Sorry. Well, not
And
sorry, but yeah.
Some other
Okay.
players that I also grew up watching was Larry Fitzgerald as well.
Oh, another one. Now that's another great guy. Go buy fit. You know, I'm all on, but you're right. They're not for the flip. They're not. Fitzgerald's gonna hold. Fitzgerald is one of the top receivers of our generation. We probably didn't even appreciate him as much as we should have when he played. I love both of those buys, Marshawn Lynch and Fitzgerald. And then it's something you love in your collection. Are you going to sell it next year, tomorrow? No. But now you have something you actually love.
Honestly,
Go buy in
maybe-
Jigba, man. You don't have to spend all your money on one place or one player. If you like in Jigba, go get something in Jigba.
because as I get older, I might really go back to the older stuff, because it's at some point I kind of want to finish a modern collection, but also kind of start like a separate collection.
Blasphemous. It's not for price. You see all these receiver rookie cards I have? I just bought that whole thing for $7. It's like you can get really cool NFL receivers or Aaron Donald, these Lawrence Taylor. Okay, he's controversial after his like you can get all-time legends that don't happen to play quarterback or not an NBA hype job for dirt cheap. And they're fun to have. I have a huge receiver collection, and it's not, oh my God, this one's worth that, and this one's worth that. It's, man, I remember all these players, and I have this whole history of the NFL sitting right there, and I love it. Anyways, Blue Red, I'm going to throw on Alex. Blue Red, any last words?
I have one more thing to say. So with baseball, so I kind of treat baseball a little bit differently. If I like a certain player who has an interesting looking card that's kind of funny or kind of cool, like Ozzy Albies. And I know Ozzy Albies was super hyped back in the day, but I pulled this card of him back in the day, and I think it's somewhere. I don't know what happened to it. But
what was your point on this Ozzy Albies card?
Is that it looked kind of cool to me. Like I didn't care about the player. I just liked the design and like.
All right, that's fair. I think that's not going to hold. Design's not going to last forever, and maybe I'm wrong. It's good. It's a good take and a younger take, and maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Blue Red, thank you for calling in. All right, so Richie from Japan just called. Richie, it was supposed to be an hour ago because now I have Alex, and I did some Knicks. I'd love to hear Knicks. I love talking with you. You're a great call, but Alex scheduled for about the next 15, 20 minutes, and if you're still around, Rich, I'll throw you on. If you're not, that's okay too, but a matter of fact, I'll give you a minute now. We'll throw you. It's Alex's up, but and I told I was so. Rich, your Knicks won. Alex is here. We'll throw both of you on because you're both Knicks fans. We'll do Knicks first. What's up from Japan, Rich? How you doing? Oh, we can't hear you, Rich. You're muted. What's going on, Alex?
Hey, what's going on? Good to be back. Rich, you're on mute, buddy.
Yeah. Oh, you got a good mic. I got to talk to you about what your mic is.
Hold on. You can hear? All right, I'm good, right? I had to mute the TV.
Hey, congrats to both of you on a Knicks champion. You're both lifelong Knicks fans.
First of all,
congrats.
I'm not a lifelong Knicks fan. I'll say that. I'm a Michael Jordan fan first. But with all the city and everything, I've been a Knicks fan the past, I'd say, 2 to 3 years, where I was supported heavy.
All right, well, you have a New York accent, so that
oh, 100%. So real quick, right? I want to just piggyback on Blue Red's
design take,
like whatever his theory or whatever, because everybody I feel is placating to him. I'm not gonna do that. You got it wrong, bro. You got it wrong. You bought Knipple high, and now you got screwed.
No, he got Knipple low. I think he did like Knipple early.
Well, okay, well, whatever. He should have bought Dylan Harper. Dylan Harper was the play. That's it. Simple as that. Simple as that. And I'll give you one better. My brother bought case hit Dylan Harper's the week or two before he popped off. He sold at the card show. Hold on, you're talking. I can't even. Oh, it's okay. This is behind. Okay, this is behind. So he bought case hit Dylan Harper for $50. I think it was a 2025, like in the background, that like thing in the back, like it has like all the numbers in the background. He sold it at the card show 2 weeks later for $200.
Okay, here, Alex, how did you feel? Okay, you're a lifelong Knicks fan. How did it feel, bro? Because I'm not a Knicks fan. I'm a huge NBA fan. It felt great, man. Something about the culture. It just felt really good. And Jalen Brunson balled out.
It felt surreal, man. I mean, we haven't had a championship in the tri-state area since not including the WNBA, right? Because the Liberty won a couple years ago. But we haven't had a championship since the Super Bowl. When I was in college, when the Giants beat the Patriots for the second time. And so with all the disappointment from the Yankees and, even from Mets fans, and the Giants and Jets have been abysmal for the last 5+ years, especially the Jets. It's sweet. It's sweet. And, it's one of those things where the world hates New York, but New York loves, being the villain, loves just being back. And it's so sweet. And who better to lead the charge than Jalen Brunson? I mean, he's the most likable superstar in all of sports. And that's, obviously a jaded opinion, but I mean, what's not to like about the guy? Come on.
We have Jalen Brunson is unreal. I mean, won me over and probably a lot of people. We have fucking another New York fan down below in a spa.
Lifelong.
We have
Lifelong.
Richie Rich in Japan in a bed. And Alex, I know you didn't see this coming. We'll get to we'll get to your subject.
Oh, it's all good. I have time.
Okay, all right. So let's throw Dan.
I'm not
Dan,
derailing
congrats
Alex.
on
I just want to say, lifelong Knicks fan. Saw Alex. Just wanted to say, dude, it was surreal. I'll let you get back to it, man. But yeah, this is like I've been bathing in champagne all week. It doesn't feel real.
Oh, I didn't realize that was Dan. What's up, Dan?
What's up, Alex? Yeah, sorry. Like I said, man, I wasn't trying to derail you. I want to hear you. I want to hear you talk as well. But no, man, had to hop in real quick.
Dan's the homie.
Rich, where did you watch the game in Japan? I don't know if it's going to be a little late for him to
Oh
hear.
yeah, no. I watched it. No, it's early in the morning. They were 9:30 tip-offs. 9:30 in the morning tip-offs.
So was it easy to find the game over there, or it's
no?
hard?
It was.
hard?
It's so in Japan. They open their sports bars at like 11 the earliest. So I had to watch it in the hotel. I watched it off of Amazon Prime, on the Japanese telecast. It was great, honestly. So I got to watch it. I would watch the highlights then after I would do like an excursion or whatever in the evening, and watch like Mike Breen make the call, make the calls and everything. It was pretty surreal, honestly.
I have 3 Knicks fans here. Every time De'Aaron Fox shot in the fourth quarter of Game 5, I was all for it. As a Knicks, I'm sure you got as Knicks fans. I was like, "Yep, keep shooting, Fox." Keep shooting.
I just want to piggyback on your point. My godson and me, he's a diehard Knicks fan. He was watching Frank Ntilikina at JMU, like when they were like terrible, We were saying that if De'Aaron Fox took the shots, they were going to win the series. Don't have Stephen Castle and Dylan Harper run the pick and roll or take the shots. We were confident, and look at what happened. It was insane.
Yeah, man, it's speculation. And Rich, to your point earlier about Harper versus Knuppel, who's the better buy, this all ties back to speculation. And, at the end of the day, we're never going to know what the outcome is going to be.
Well,
nobody knew that Wemby was going to ricochet the ball off of, Castle's back in, what was that, game 2, right? Like, that's why it's so important to. And we'll get into this, but
and the other thing that I want to say on it, because I had that thought, I'm glad you brought it back up, was, Frank just called it and said it's VJ Edgecombe, a great player. Cooper Flagg is a great player. Luka hasn't won. There's so many great players, but not only you have to be able to sell it to the mass. Like, this is the hysteria, this is the push. Because everyone would have bought Dylan. And Dylan Harper's always going to get overshadowed by Wemby when the Spurs do well. Will he get a little climb? Sure. So. And this new draft class, there's always going to be
this draft class is insane.
Somebody,
it's
it
be
is
insane,
yes,
and the
is.
hype around it's going to be at a new
Blu-ray,
level.
Listen, I just want to know, because I got text messages from it. Like, it's not personal, And if you bought low, that's great, Like, I'm not like, I just think that the better buy was Dylan Harper. That's it, And I saw it happen at a card show because my brother did it, and he still got more case hits.
So
real quick, I just want to jump in real quick on that point, Rich. It's so situational too. Like, Dylan Harper was drafted by the Spurs, right? What if Dylan Harper was drafted by the Wizards? What if he was drafted by the Jazz?
Yeah.
I mean, and don't get me wrong. Like, I'm 10 minutes from Rutgers. I'm a huge Dylan Harper guy. I love his game. I love what he stands for. I think he's going to be a superstar regardless. But you put any of these superstars on the Spurs, Flagg, Knuppel, VJ.
You're 100% right, Alex.
Yeah, I agree.
That's a great point.
Go ahead, defend yourself, Blue Red, or what do you want to say?
I was going to sell it during the season, and I didn't expect Beckett to take so long, and that wasn't my fault. So I tried selling them during the season.
Yeah, and just so I can back you up, you told me you bought these rainbows in our. Go ahead.
I literally got it back as soon as they lost the series, and what I should have done is I should have went to a casino and made a bet because I knew that Connor Knuppel was going to break the rookie 3-point record, literally before the season. And I'm going to trade.
He told me he bought. He told me he bought the rainbows in October or November. I'm sorry to keep interrupting you. I just want to explain the story. He sent them in November, December, and didn't get them back until playoff time after he already lost Rookie of the Year.
That's
So
that's
it did
terrible. That's
cost me
bad
some
bad
money.
job on Beckett.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, Blue Red. I just wanted to make sure to explain that because
And so
yeah,
my
I mean
plan-
that's screwy.
Hey,
My
Blue
thing is,
Red.
though,
Hey,
now,
Blue
all
Red. I
he's
got
gotta do
I got
is
something
just
for
wait
Blue
a-
Red
just
real
wait a
quick.
year. Concaniple's the goods. He's in low. You're good. We talked about this last time on the show. I believe that the Hornets are going to have a better performance this year upcoming than last year. So
What's up,
he should be
Alex?
good.
Blue Red, you said something before that really hit home for me. You were talking about the Ozzy Albies card, and you were talking about how you bought that card because you thought it looked cool. You bought it because you liked it, right? It wasn't about the value. That's what it's all about, man. That's what we're trying to encourage, especially young collectors. Like, don't worry about your bad buys or like missing the boat on certain rookies. Like, dude, I don't know how old you are. Just
21.
Collect.
Actually, but my plan.
You're a young guy. Collect what you like. Collect what you what makes you happy, man. Don't worry about like the ROI and the profit. And I don't want to sound preachy saying this, but like that's what the hobby's all about, man. Go buy that Ozzy Albies. Like go buy, the $5 Concanipple card because you like it. Like don't worry about how much you're gonna sell it for in a month.
Yeah, because my plan is I'm probably going to trade those Concanipples for like a Tyler Shuck rookie card because I'm looking at what the Saints are going to do, and I think it's a better buy. Football is a better purchase, in my opinion. Anyway.
But he's still thinking along the lines of growth, and that's what a lot of them.
All right,
want.
that's
what
fine.
they're being sold.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's the living. That's the dream that they're.
That's the dream. That's right.
Yeah.
Work responsibly, fellas.
And what I'm going to do is
Hey, Prof.
Probably
You want me to show you guys? I went to a card show after the Knicks won, actually, and I only have like an hour left. I could show you some of the stuff I picked up.
Yeah, let's do two more minutes, and then I want to give Alex his time. So let's do a couple
and
minutes.
Alex,
and
I
then...
apologize because you're coming in really low. So what I have to do is I have to.
I hear him really well.
Mute my phone and then put on the TV to make sure I know your point.
You hear
and then
me
I gotta,
well?
I hear you really
do
well,
that thing.
Alex. I got to talk about what mic you have.
So I spent $60, right? 4 Michael Jordan insert cards.
For $60
Michael Jordan
total.
shoutouts.
Nice.
Michael Jordan Fleer. Upper
He's
Deck
a
99.
Jordan guy.
I think some insert. It's like 30 card insert.
Did you buy them in bulk? You got a deal because you bought all 4?
You know what? I bought it all from one vendor, and the vendor had 20% off of all his stuff.
What's the last one?
You ready for the last one? Big shots, Michael Jordan. This card's more than $60 probably.
Nice. It's dope.
So what was it? Give us a minute rundown of the show in Japan. What is the difference? What's it like? What was
Honestly, it's very similar. Like the setup and everything.
Is there a lot of Benko cards? Yeah. Yep. A lot of
Japanese BBM baseball, a lot of Otani, a lot of basketball. Not a lot of no football. Football is not a thing. And that's
soccer?
That's really it. I'll say this. You ready for this? And I'll leave. I'll start my day. I actually dropped my ID in the card show. Right. I had my backpack. I didn't put it's stupid. Very dumb by me. Right. A vendor found it. Literally came up to me and handed it to me. It was like,
wow.
I know this is your ID. And he saved me $100 at least. Right. I had my passport. My passport was I'd be able to get into the country. It'd have been fine, but he saved me $100 on a New York State ID. So I bought a couple blasters off of him. So
that would have sucked.
Like that would happen in New York, right?
No.
Exactly.
Hey, bro, enjoy the end of your trip.
Hey,
once in
you
a
know
lifetime.
what? Prof, let me just Jason, real quick. I want to just give a couple shout outs. All right. I talked to Andy, sports card investigator.
He's coming on next week.
So he's a friend of mine. He said he's coming on next Tuesday. Yeah, so he just wanted to relay the message, say what's up. And I also want to give a shout out to Ziggy. We did this basically care package for this young man years ago named Mason Farilli that passed away from cancer. He did not know me from a hole in the wall, and he sent me about $400, maybe $300 to $400 worth of sealed product. And that young man Mason got every single thing.
Hey.
So that like no matter if I disagree with Ziggy or not about stuff, I like him personally, and I respect the hell out of him for doing that. He's a good dude.
Hey, two good shout outs. Thank you for the story. Enjoy the rest of your trip, Rich. And
Take
thank you
care,
for calling
guys. I
in.
appreciate the call, man. Take care.
Hey, and then Blue Red, I'm throwing you off here. Anything you want to say real quick, Blue Red?
Yeah, so basically my new plan is I'm gonna trade the Conquinipple for Tyler Shuck because I think personally, looking at the draft class, literally he's the only guy who's the most safe player to put your money in right now.
All right, Alex can't help but Blue Red, we love you. Alex can't help but smirk at it too. All right, maybe so, maybe not. So Alex, you hit me up the other day, and I think you're excited about something. I don't know much about it. And, some of the we're a skeptical bunch here, but I let you know. My stepdad passed away when I was 21 from overdosing. Oh, Alex is gone. He overdosed on meth, and so I know addiction. And my brother had tens and tens of thousands of dollars in sports gambling that now is gone. And I, respect him a lot for overcoming it after a decade long of a fight with it. So, I understand addiction. I respect you for that. And explain what you have going here. What changed or what's different about this than what it used to be?
Yeah, appreciate it, Jason. And I want to take a moment just to address Charles. Can I do that real quick?
Yeah, of course. Yes.
All right. Before I say anything, I just want to give a shout out to a few. Dan Nerdy came on, Petty, and he Petty said smile more. That was something he said last time I was on. Like, dude, you got to smile more. So just trying to be more uplifting, positive. That's what we are, and I want to showcase that. Ziggy as well. Ziggy and I have had our differences in the past, but he's come around and been really supportive. And I know not everybody here necessarily gets along, and people will go back and forth and banter. I want to say something about Charles. Look, I know he can be polarizing in this live. People are entitled to their opinions. One thing, we've always tried to do at Collectors MD is operate, kind of as Switzerland, right? We try our absolute best not to get involved in the hobby politics and the gossip and taking sides. We're all about just meeting people where they are and, appreciating anyone who genuinely wants to help and, make the hobby a healthier place. And so with that said, I can tell you this about Charles. Behind closed doors, Charles has done an incredible amount in our community, completely out of the goodness of his heart. And I'm not just saying this to blow smoke. He didn't tell me to say any of this. I haven't even spoken to him tonight. He volunteers his time to help facilitate a peer support meeting once a month, something he doesn't have to do, but he does. He has contributed to our daily reflections. He's helped me with social media. He's been hosting one of our podcasts. And he's been there for countless conversations behind the scenes and helping people that are really, really struggling with addiction. And none of that is paid. None of it comes with any sort of expectation or, recognition. He simply believes in the mission and the work we're doing and genuinely wants to help people. And so, I think that actually speaks volumes about people's opinions and perceptions of others in the hobby, right? Everybody kind of judges a book by its cover. They see you at face value. They see you in a live chat. They see you on social media. They see you in a highlight reel. We've had the privilege of seeing another side of Charles over the last year, and he's genuinely become like an incredibly valuable member of our community. So whether someone agrees with him or not, has an opinion, the support and care he's shown our members, and I've seen firsthand behind the scene, has been very real, and we're incredibly grateful for it.
I appreciate that. And I've always welcomed Charles on, even with some rough moments with Chad. Charles is always at a place here. And I guess what got, and then it got a little weird in the past month, fine. But what gets me here is now he's, there's a troll post against me and he's liking it. And, so that's up to Charles to do that, but that stings a bit,
Yeah, I hear you. I don't know anything about that. Like I said, we try to stay
he's
away
making
from...
sure to like everything that's, anti me. And so, that it stings a little. We have built a human relationship here, and he has he's been a firecracker here, which community hates and loves at the same time, and we've tried to steer him.
All of these accusations and the comments in the chat, I don't know any about this stuff. All I see is what I see him doing behind closed doors and helping people. And so
I believe that, and I'm glad to hear.
Yeah, I'd be remiss not to say that before we jump.
No, and I'm glad we had the discussion, because again, it's kind of an elephant in the room, and I think you did a good job, helping out or speaking from Charles' side. So the Collector MD launches a CMD Foundation nonprofit. So go ahead, give us a rundown of what's different from what it was to this, or both still exist, or
So, it's funny, Jason, because when I first came on your show last November, I think it was Thanksgiving Eve, one of the biggest questions people had, and there was a lot of pushback and people questioning my motives and things of that nature. The question was, why isn't Collectors MD a nonprofit? And at the time, the honest answer was that we were still just trying to figure things out, right? We had already built a meaningful community and knew that there were issues deeply resonating that were deeply resonating with people, but we didn't want to rush into creating a nonprofit simply because it sounded good on paper, or just like for the sake of it, right? We wanted to better understand where the needs existed, what gaps needed to be filled, and how we could build something thoughtful and sustainable. And so over the last 6 months, we've really helped hundreds of individuals through our peer support meetings, our online communities, our educational resources, our referral network, partnerships across both the hobby and recovery spaces. And we've started to receive national media attention from outlets like the Wall Street Journal, article coming out in a couple weeks, GQ article coming out in a couple weeks. The New York Times mentioned us a couple weeks ago. Barron's has an article that they're working on. And I'm not saying all of that to boast or to, it's just the fact it showcases that this is a real problem, and it is starting to garner national media attention. And honestly, the conversation has just gotten much bigger than us.
I'm going to preface it this way. I have an asshole question to ask. It's not a personal attack at all. It's
no worries.
Something that pops in my head. I went to watch the UFC fights out at with friend. We were talking about, how a lot of these corporations, bigger ones, and I forget the exact word to use, but it's also almost like a social credit. So Philip Morris, who makes cigarettes, will also have, they'll still have a hand or own the company that is trying to give you help on cigarettes. And so I think where the distinction, that's anyone that has that type of thought in their head, I've known you now for a while. We've talked, and everyone you talk, I've seen who you help and people you talk, some of those people I've talked with. So it seems to come off from a genuine place. But corporate America has this thing where they want to sell you a vice,
right,
but then also to look good or make sure they have themselves covered. They want to show how noble they are by offering a solution as well. And so I guess that's my, I don't think this sparked from that. I don't think that's the connection here, but I think it's worth throwing out to, hear from you that no, that's what's not going on, or, and obviously I'm putting you in a weird spot. It's in a bit of an asshole question, but that's just what comes in my head a little bit.
Yeah. I appreciate you asking that. Fanatics, Whatnot, Collectors, Arena Club, eBay, the list goes on. None of them have taken my calls. I've received a few responses here and there.
Course.
I've had a few preliminary conversations with some folks at Whatnot. They don't want us to be associated with their business, because at the end of the day, it forces them to acknowledge the elephant in the room, which is the G word that they all refuse to use. Without oversharing, I could tell you that as part of some of that media coverage that I just mentioned, they've also been in contact with Whatnot. They've also been in contact with Fanatics. And when Collectors MD is brought up, it's like, we have no idea what they're about, what they're doing. We don't work with any, we're not working with the platforms. Now, if or when the opportunity presents itself where we can put a disclaimer across the Whatnot app so that people are aware of the risk and the harm that's involved, we're all for that. But to date, we've received no attention, no, payments, nothing like that. And we already talked about this whole corporate plant conspiracy and paid actor bullshit. Like, dude, at the end of the day, this is coming from my heart. It's coming from my own lived experience as a recovering gambling addict, as somebody who's been in recovery now for 3+ years. I would go to GA rooms. I would feel like I wasn't resonating with people because they had no idea what I was talking about when I brought up the breaks and the cards and the gambling adjacent behaviors that are going on. I said to myself, there has to be a space for this. I was shocked that there wasn't. And so I created it myself. And so let's go back to the nonprofit.
Oh yeah, and that was perfect. That's actually the question I wanted to ask. So why nonprofit, or what? Yeah, what's the difference here?
Yeah,
why are you excited?
What we've seen in the last 6 months to a year is that there's no infrastructure supporting people and families impacted by compulsive collecting, gambling-like behaviors, financial harm in these spaces, and that's really why we're excited about the CMD Foundation. So this isn't about becoming a charity overnight or abandoning what Collectors MD already is. It's the next step for us. It's the next evolution of the mission. And so Collectors MD LLC will continue focusing on the content, education, partnerships, community building, and the nonprofit gives us the ability to fund and expand things like the peer support programming, the educational initiatives, the outreach efforts, the scholarship programs for people who otherwise may not have access to real help. And so in a lot of ways, it feels like we've gone from simply raising awareness and saying, hey, this problem exists, to now being able to say, okay, how do we actually build lasting resources and support systems around it? And honestly, that's incredibly exciting because it feels like we're moving from a movement to building something that can have a real lasting impact in terms of helping people.
I know we've talked about this before, but it's always the most interesting question I have on my mind is, in your meetings or the people that need help, what do you see is it opening wax? Is it getting addicted to buying too many singles? Is it breaks? What do you see as one of the bigger issues, as a trend?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked that, because a lot of people just assume that it must be the brakes, but it's not just the brakes. Yeah, of course, the brakes play a huge part of it, and the frictionless environments where these brakes are hosted, like Whatnot, Fanatics, all these live streaming platforms, they all play a huge part in it because of the layered in bells and whistles and the flashing lights and the spinning wheels and the breaker operating as the dealer and the host and the entertainer, and it's a show, it's entertainment, right? And so people get hooked really fast that way. But then people come into our environment and they say things like, well, I still want to engage in the hobby, but do so more intentionally, which we fully support, and we meet people wherever they are in their journeys. And so some people end up transitioning over to only buying singles on eBay, or only ripping personals, or only ripping retail, right? And they find themselves in very similar situations where it's just higher volume, right? It's higher volume boxes because they cost less, or it's higher volume singles because they're not buying the expensive hobby boxes, and they're still having a hard time controlling the behavior. And so it's across the board.
I want to piggyback on that one because, you learn really early as a sports card person, the best thing for your collection is to stay away from ripping anything or breaking any. You're going to do best if you walk into the card shop with $200 and buy the $200 Curry rookie that's sitting there versus some $200 box. Okay, fine. You're most likely going to be a far more happy at end result.
Yeah.
The problem I just run into is it's so like I'm doing this receiver thing, these receiver collection. I'm missing a few. So I go to buy one and it's like, oh, there's another one that's reasonably priced. Let me buy that one. Oh, there's another one I can't miss out on. And I'm not spending hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars, but
it adds up.
Yes, it's so addicting to.
And once you complete a set or rainbow, it's like on to the next, right? There's always going to be a new product. The problem with modern collecting is that the abundance of what's out there, what's available to you, is never endless. It never stops. And Topps and Panini and all of these manufacturers design the cards that way so that they keep us coming back. They keep feeding us something new. They keep feeding us something fresh. When in reality, it's just more or less recycled content. The same thing over and over again. So we have to be mindful. We have to be careful. We have to hold ourselves accountable. That's what it comes down to.
And one of my thought process, I bought that Keenan McCardell RPA for $35. And so all this stuff that people are excited about now, and all these newer people in a decade or so, a lot of this stuff's not going to hold the same value that they think, even if it's a cool design. It's just, there's so much of it, and there's so many different players. And that's something that I get a little, everything's skyrocketing right now. So I look like an idiot saying it, but I really think in time I'm going to be right, because there's just so much of it. Yeah. And you can go buy an $80 LaDainian Tomlinson auto rookie that there's not a lot of. So people
So
forget, people move on.
You're a collector through and through, obviously. I mean, you can see behind you just from the little
And
bit
mainly it's sports cards. This is more
Yeah.
for fun and look, but
Right.
mainly it's all sports cards.
But when you think about collecting and why you purchase something or why you have that Luka Doncic jersey, hanging
Big caller
behind you,
called in. It's controversial caller. We'll put him on in a minute.
when you look at the items you own behind the Kobe jersey, the Luka jersey, the figurines, like, did you purchase those with the intent that they're gonna go up in value and that one day you're gonna flip them, or did you purchase them because they mean something to you? They have a sentimental.
I've had that Joey
value.
Galloway rookie since I'm 8 years old.
Right.
You know? I mean,
So if we can get back to that mindset collectively as a hobby, where like we're buying things not because a Concanipo card,
but it's the
is gonna
propaganda. The propaganda out there is immense.
Right, which is what we're trying to, in a lot of ways, not combat, but we're going against the grain, right? Because when you open up Instagram and all you see are these breakers and influencers talking about, what to buy next, like why you should buy Wemby. I mean, I'm not going to say anybody's name or call out a break group or anything like that, but I saw a reel today from a very, very well-known breaker basically justifying why the Wemby market is dipped. And he compared he basically said that there are two different versions of the Wemby market, a high-end market and a low-end market. If you saw the video, you know what I'm talking about. And it's like, what are we talking about here? Like, why are we continuing to encourage people to invest in players that just lost the NBA championship, that have become the villain overnight? Like, why can't we just encourage people to collect what they love? Why can't we just encourage people to follow their favorite team, follow their favorite player, build a rainbow of, Joey Galloway or whoever, somebody that's affordable, somebody that means something to you, that isn't going to break the bank, and do it intentionally.
When Blue Red came on and said Fitzgerald and Lynch, their time has come. People forgot their hype market, the pump market for them is gone. You're getting true value, in my opinion. When you go spend $200 on a really cool Fitzgerald rookie, that's more true value than what's in the hype machine,
I
what's
agree.
in the chill machine.
Yeah.
And so Blue Red, I highly recommend go put a little into Lynch. Don't just put in all your
Dude,
$1,000 into
you brought
Lynch.
up some great players. There's so many Hall of Famers that most of the modern day players will never even sniff, right? Jerry Rice, Larry Fitzgerald.
Even my guy Tim Brown has great 100 touchdowns.
Brown.
No one cares.
Hines Ward, Steve Smith. I mean, you go down the list of just great receivers from the last 20 plus years that have all the accolades, have the records. They're not relevant anymore because they're not playing today. In 20 years from now, nobody is going to care about Travis Hunter. Nobody is going to be talking about,
that's right.
Nobody's going to be talking about Bucky Irving, right? Like, yeah, they're great players today and no knock on them. And, I respect the heck out of
But
their.
what's happened is they're just the sales job. But there's hope. We can get them on the way up and then flip it for another thing. And then it's what's really been trained in everybody the last 5-6 years.
Which is why I said before, with this new class that's coming out, or this new class that's going to be drafted next week, Tabonsa, Peterson, Boozer, Wilson.
Damn, next week?
I think the draft's a week from Thursday. But yeah, it's going to be for like Flag, Knupple, VJ, Harper. These guys are going to be yesterday's news, man. Fanatics.
I believe in Joe.
They are going to go above and beyond when Tabonsa takes the stage. I'm telling you, it's going to be the next coming of. It's going to be like, you remember the hype during the pandemic with Zion? I mean, I think that was probably like the peak of hype in terms of what I've seen firsthand in the last 5-6 years. I think the early Zion hype was bigger than Wemby. I think it was bigger than Flag. I think it's going to be Zion all over again. But I think he's actually going to be good.
All right, Charles. Alex said some nice things. You've brought some of it. You know how you come in, but how we doing, Charles?
What's up? What's up, Charles?
Hey, I just heard somebody talk about cool cards, and this is from my old collection when I was a kid. My dad sent this back through my brother this weekend to me.
Charles, but you're here, and it's like we want to, there's elephants in the room more than the cards, I guess. And for me, it stings knowing, like, yeah, I'm gonna like this against Professor. Fuck Professor, and it just here we are, and you're back, and I think you want to continue to come back, but dude, why? How come?
So, what's the issue? Was it where I liked that Instagram post? Is that what?
Well, on my
the
side, it's
problem?
like, yeah, bro, Charles is gonna come on and give him time, but. Also, everyone can give him time, but also everyone can see that he likes posts against me, including myself. It's like, well, then
it's
why
not
do I want to
necessarily
keep having
against.
Charles on?
It's not against you. It's against the whole philosophy of just nothing but negativity in the hobby.
But
It's not
but Charles,
you.
you spend 4 hours here a week normally, 3 maybe. I'm not. It's not always negativity. I mean, it's
No.
just not. Does that
No.
happen? Of course. And is there a
That's
lot of
what
BS to talk about?
sells.
I get it. Well, and also, but it's just not. Is it a part of the show? Yes. Do I also bring up many other things in 4 hours? Yeah, just like my videos. Do I have some videos that lean a certain way? Yes. But I also have videos that don't do as well that are based on cards, because I love cards. But it's just a bummer to see. Just Dave said it. Dave sees it. Dave came to me out of nowhere. So it's just a perception of, yeah, man, we're going to welcome Charles back. But Charles also has a big beef here.
I don't
And
have
somehow,
any
I
beef
guess-
with you, Professor, at all. If I did, I would address it, and you know that. SCV, on the other hand, that's between you and him. I don't like his content. I don't like anything he stands for.
Let me back for SCV real quick. Dude's 24 years old. He started his channel at 17. He could have easily pivoted to whatnot. He could have easily pivoted to go be a shillbilly or propaganda guy, and he's not. And does he lean a little controversial? Sure, but he's a young dude that's grown up in this. He's made a living off it, and he hasn't taken the dirty bag. So that would be my whether you like what he says or not. He's a young guy that does it on a day-to-day, makes a living of it, so he has some insight. And he didn't go the route of Roth Cards or the route of Jeff. And hey, I'm gonna take because dude, his channel 4 years ago was doing really well. It was one of the better channels, like that was talking, he had a whiteboard and he talked, this is what happened with my PSA order. And yes, he is controversial. I mean, you're not
Are you talking about the guy with the cigar?
Yeah. The guy who's sexist and deleted all of his videos at least twice since he started his channel. We don't talk about that.
I mean, sexist is heavy. Does he talk a little, yes, he talks a little bit controversial.
Look, at the end of the day,
But he's not here, so we're talking to
everybody's
each other.
entitled to their opinion. Everybody should be on the same playing field as far as having a platform and putting out what you believe in. And like, there's always, no matter how good your message is, no matter how genuine it is, or whether it's coming from a good place. I mean, I'm reading the comments. I see people saying that I have an agenda, this, that, the other. Look, at the end of the day, you're always going to have your collection of naysayers, of haters, of people that are just going to throw out shit to try to shake you up. Or
It's also, I get it too, but it's also we're in a weird fucking space. I mean, we're just in a weird space, and it's easy to get tied into, oh, you're just always negative, or oh, Alex is just pushing his agenda, because so many people are doing it out there. So many people are pushing an agenda.
Can you, Jason, can you do me a favor? Can I send you a link real quick to the nonprofit page? Because there's one thing that I didn't mention, and that's how the nonprofit was set up.
Of course. The only thing is when I don't have a screen with 3 people in the screen. So Charles, I'll throw you back on, but I'm going to put you off for a sec so I can throw that up. So when
where do I put it? Private chat.
Oh, if you can you Instagram me, or you could private chat works?
I just dropped it in the private chat.
All right.
So this is important because, to those saying that like we have an agenda, or like, we're doing whatever we want. It's, a free for all. That's not the case. And we were very intentional about that. We partnered with a company, a nonprofit organization called LOHAS, LOHAS, to stand up the nonprofit. And if you scroll down just a little bit, it says, I mean, point blank, not in black and white, blue and white, LOHAS provides third-party oversight to ensure that all allocations from the nonprofit align with the stated mission. So we literally have somebody looking over our shoulder, holding us accountable, making sure that these contributions and anything that comes from the nonprofit are going towards the right cause, are going towards the right thing. So for those people saying I have an agenda, or I have ulterior motives, legally, I have to follow.
I'm also going to throw some else. If you did have a fucking agenda, at least he wants to help. I mean, it seems like on the story, at least it's a better agenda than come break with me or buy my $10,000 card. He wants to, at least provide awareness. And so, I'm at least.
Yeah. It's all
addiction
good,
is
like,
real. Addiction
look,
is real.
I said this in November when I came on the show, and I had a few of the OGs that I know have a lot of respect in this space. They were giving me a hard time, throwing me curveballs. I said I would take on those guys every single night if it meant we were making a difference for one person. And so we're helping hundreds of people a week with these weekly meetings, with our referral network, with these tools and resources. So all of the bullshit that comes with it on the side, I can't express how worth it is for me. I'll take these comments. I'll take
no. I've had the card ladder thing since January, and I'm probably the channel that talks the most shit on PSA. I can't stand what PSA is doing. I hate what PSA is doing. I've said it thousands of times, far harsher than this. So no, bro. Have I used card ladder for 6 years? Yes. Does Ziggy hate the card ladder? Sure, fine. Ziggy has beef, but overall, I like research. I use their charts on my videos and on the lives. They should be paying me how much I use their shit. So anyways, that's here nor there. But
yeah, I use card ladder too. It's awesome. It's better than
real quick. I love what KK said.
It's not from that. It's from card ladder.
KK said, if you want to get rich, creating an anti-gambling not-for-profit is not the way.
Sure. Gentlemen, anything you want to wrap up with? Charles, I'll let you go first, and we'll let Alex finish, and then I'm going to move on.
Well, yeah, I just wanted to say, Professor, me and you were fine if you took it. It seems like me and you just seem to have a bit of a miscommunication about how you take things with me.
No. Dave said it. It came from someone else. It's not, trust me, it's don't try to manipulate it or sway it. It wasn't a miscommunication. You started being a little anti the show or anti us here.
I'm anti the chat. I'm not anti-Professor. I'm anti-KK.
Well, the chat is part of why I'm here.
That's fine, but I don't have to like everyone in this chat.
I never said you did, but the posts were not about the chat.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to be your co-host either, so I don't know where you're getting. We've discussed this off air. So,
Charles, what's up? Any last words?
That's it.
All right, bro. Alex, I want to say thanks for coming on. Any last words? Congrats to your Knicks. And,
thank you.
Congrats to your new foundation.
I had one show and tell. I almost forgot about the Knicks. I'm a big sneaker guy. Talking about collecting intentionally. This is a pair of New Balances. This was a collaboration they did with Kith a couple years ago. Cool little detail here that a lot of people probably would never even notice. Madison Square Garden Knicks.
Hey now.
On the insole. Like, this is what it's all about, man. Like, buy what you like, buy what makes you happy. Like,
I'm glad you mentioned. So recently I don't buy a lot of shoes, but John Morant had a really cool collaboration with Jurassic Park. It's like, I'd rather put my $100 in that pair of shoes, which I did, than a card. And there's others like cards. It's so interesting because there are other places to put your money just besides cards.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, Jason, first off. Oh, and Ziggy said, can you comment on CTCA? I should put you in touch with Nick Jarman. He's the CEO and founder of CTCA. They're another organization that's really doing a lot of amazing things in the space. And they're creating almost like a badge for breakers and hobby shops to give them a level of credibility. I don't want to butcher it and, try to explain somebody else's mission or movement, but they have partnered with us. We're doing some things together. We developed the Healthy Hobby Initiative, which is a new project that we're going to be rolling out in the coming months. But I'll put you in touch with Nick. He's a great dude. I think he'd be great to join the show. He's been in touch with Ziggy for the last couple weeks, and Ziggy's been really supportive of the work he's doing. So,
hey, thank you for calling in so much.
Yeah, of course. I just want to also thank you so much for having me on. I really appreciate the opportunity, man. If anything we talked about today resonated with anyone listening, of course, you can always reach us. It's info@collectorsmd.com. You can also follow us on social @collectorsmd. Check out our website, collectorsmd.com. Know that we're here for any and everyone who might be struggling with overspending, compulsive collecting, hobby addiction, whatever you want to call it. Even if it's just traditional gambling, we provide weekly peer support meetings, tools, resources, professional network. We're here for you. We're here for everybody. We're all about positivity. And yeah, man, we'll be in touch. And
hey, congrats to your Knicks. We'll talk soon, Alex.
All right, brother.
All right. Hey, really nice call. Thank you for coming on. Charles says it doesn't move the needle at Ballpark, Alex. That Charles is doing, the same stuff. Worse, just he's trying, and now let's go to me real quick. You know, it's unfair label. And I know some of my viewers know that too. Some of it should be talked about. What we talk about here, as Frank says, it's one of the only places you're going to get it talked about. Everything I talk about is genuine and from the heart. And then, you know, I have a series I've been doing on the 100 most cards, or me and SCV have a chat. Yes, Whatnot is desperate, should be talked about. Did it do crazy views, Charles? No. Am I some behemoth getting tens and tens of thousands of views? No. But that's what my channel's about. That's what it's been. This stuff should be talked about. So, yes, there's a large contingency that does propaganda stuff. I don't. And we talk about, I do, you know, I did talk Knicks tonight. I had callers that came in and talked what they wanted to. I talked football cards. There's other things that go on. Oh, here's our good old boy Jeff. We'll get negative there. We'll watch Orlando's. There's many things that go on. If it's not your cup of tea, then go watch the propaganda. Then go be on the, you know, but yes, we're opposite of everything that's coming from the guys that are paid by fanatics, because they're all selling a certain narrative, and people should be out there to combat it. And if it's not your cup of tea, there's no reason for you to be around. You know, Ballpark Alec, if it's not your cup of tea, then so be it. Collector's Dream, Orlando. No, I wanted to see this though. What's up with this was a
we'll have 30 seconds to write down a wager, then 30 seconds to answer the final clue. We will then reveal the answers and wagers, calculate the totals, and determine.
So I did this last year. We watched live. It was wasn't the best, but
determine the winner. Let's get started.
That's an understatement. Let's get started.
All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. It is our final game of the evening, our final giveaway.
What a shame.
Until we switch
Get
over
in
to
the givey.
We got even bigger giveaways. We got big giveaways
Here's
on
Rafe.
all night long, but we got a huge giveaway for you right now.
All right, let's throw on a caller, another good caller. How do I want to do that? Let's do like this. Let's mute this. We'll keep it playing. And then I gotta remove him. All right, all that mess. What's going on, Jay? How you doing?
Hey, baby, what's going on? How we
nice.
feeling tonight?
Scotty B is on. Oh, okay, I'm turning this off.
Oh my God, filling it up. Can you hear me good?
Yes, sir. Hear you great.
Amazing. So I'm jumping on. I want to make sure everyone's on the right page, right? This show is about the reality of the hobby, right? There's going to be goods. There's going to be bads, right? You watch the news at night. Are you going to get all the good? You're going to probably watch about 10 bad things before you get to the good. So I'm going to say that I think that you have a good balance. I think Charles sees a little bit more of the negatives. It's probably more highlighted, but again, to each their own with it. I'm an optimistic and super positive person, if you can't tell. And in the same sense too, I like to keep it light too, but I want to cycle back to the amazing interview you did with Jason Mashara from Upper Deck. What an absolute galactic interview. Professor, thank you so much for getting me on with that. I just want to say that it was very well spoken. The questions were great. And I really think that Upper Deck sets the bar high when it comes towards that stuff. So chat, no argument. Breaking is like gaming, right? You go in there and don't bet on something that you wouldn't bet on at a slot machine or bet on at a roulette table, right? I see it all the time, these high-end breaks, people are going in there and blowing this and blowing that. Bid with what you're comfortable with. I'm not going into eBay auctions. I'm in eBay all day looking for my Young Bucks cards. So I just wanted to hop in and say, you are the man, Professor.
Hey.
Don't let anyone ever tilt your boat over, because the format of the show is spot on. Keep the great guests coming. I'm also, too, in the market. I want to show some of my hits here. Another legend from that era, Frank Gore on the NC, just coming in. So I always add to my collection, too. And for my wrestling people out there, we're talking about, woo! Baby. Look at this. This is out of 10, out of Spectrum. So
that was my stepdad's favorite wrestlers.
Because I know that I got my Young Bucks fans in the chat. Check out this, baby. Recently pulled on my show last Friday night. This is Nick Jackson on the gold graffiti out of 50, if you could see it good. I want to just say, you guys can always highlight the positives, highlight the negatives. But like Professor said, there's a million different shows out there. Just keep it pushing, baby. And the last thing I want to say is, Baba Booey, Howard Stern's penis.
All right, we'll get him off on that. Hey, great call. Always a real fun call. And that's the best call. You come in, you say, maybe we have a little back and forth, and then that's the best way, really, the show works. And here's what I want to say, because, you know, I knew this was going to be the case, by the way, and tonight worked out really well. I knew Collins was going to win. I mean, we all knew Collins was going to win. It's good to see scheduled guests, and I'm trying to at least get one a night now. And it's easier in summer, of course. The booking is a thing. But, you know, 42% of you say call in. So I can't control that. And tonight we did get a good mix of people hitting the link and getting call-ins all night. So the more call-ins is you guys are important, very important to the show. And the more of you that call in and give your 2 minutes or come say hi, people like the new faces, new takes. And, you know, we knew it was going to win. And the people that give me shit about videos, well, you know, 12% like watching the videos, 12% charts. And then obviously people like when other people are on. It was a really great show. Jay, thank you for calling in. Always enjoy. And I want to end here. Next week, we're going to have the sports card investigator on. Andy is his name. And this was a good, you know, he's going to say a lot of the same things I say, just in a different way. So this is a good video. We won't watch it all. We'll watch some. He has clips in it. And let's just take a quick listen.
In reality, there's nothing new going on in this hobby. Nothing at all. Hold on a second. We interrupt this program for some breaking news.
Well, for me, I've decided not to go to the National this year. I guess I'm making it official right now. I will not be in Chicago in July. And there's a
interesting. So the guy been going to the National, not going to the National, makes content, still not going to go to the National. Are we seeing a little buzz from certain people? The excitement of it's gone. I don't know.
There's a bunch of factors that go into that.
What? Almost 6 years in the making, and those who have been following me from the very beginning, I'm coming up on 6 or 7. This is crazy. Hey, I know I don't do as many videos as I used to, but when I do, boy, they're good. But 6 years in the making. And you guys know how much that clip actually means, especially to me. It's actually a bit emotional. The words just came out of his mouth that he's not going to go.
Well, my work is done here.
What do you mean your work is done? You didn't do anything.
There's Flippin' Steve news, a couple other content creator news within the quick video. We'll watch a few more minutes.
Didn't I?
Sorry, I had to almost wipe away a tear. You guys don't understand the gravity of this situation. The guy that would walk over broken glass, climb the highest mountain, traverse the deepest ocean. Sound like Christopher Walken, deepest ocean. And you can listen to all the reasons that he says in that video if you want to go back and listen to it. It's all bullshit. But one thing is clear. I was right then. And I am right now. Right now. Speaking of the National, there is a content creator, used to be.
All right, less than 2 months away. I'm going to see some of you there. I'm excited, make content, see cards. It's Nationals. I had a fun time last year. We'll see if it's equally as fun this year.
Content creator, maybe a scaled back content creator by the name of Flippin' Steve. I met Steve a few years ago when Tyler and I went to the National. Very nice guy, you know, personable, good guy you want to have a beer with. You can catch Steve now on Off Centered with my good friend Dustin, the sports card dad. Man, I'm going back in time myself. Mike Ham, Neo, they're all on that show. And I guess the best way to describe Steve is if you ever met him, and you asked him what time it was, he'll probably tell you how to build a watch. We have friends like that. They're great. They're awesome. But I digress. But anyway, why I'm bringing this up, like for the last 5 years or so, maybe more, Steve has put together a contest. It's a great contest. It's wonderful. It's beautiful. It's touching.
By the way, it is cool that he does that, you know.
That a lucky winner who answers questions about Steve can win a full trip. I mean, everything, lodging, hotel, airfare, spending cash to the National, entry to the National. I think he gives them like VIP. I don't know. It was great. It was a very expensive thing to do, and God bless Steve for doing it. But it seems like this year, this might be it. This may be the last year that Steve is going to have this contest. And I get it. It's tough to answer questions about content when there is no content, but that's not really why. Oh, Andy, you can't be serious.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
I always looking for a chance to play a funny clip, and that's a funny clip from a funny movie. Anyway, take a look at this. This will explain it way better than I can.
You know, I'm not asking them to give me money or any kind of sponsorship. Never asked for anything from them other than 2 years where I got the media badge. I mean, actually, the first 3 years I didn't pay to get in. So
Yeah, I
it is what it is. It kind of makes my decision easy because, like I said, I wasn't super hyped about it this year, going in this year anyway, but just kind of makes my decision easier to not go. So thank you, National. I won't be there this year. But I'll put that in a video when I get back, wrap up a couple things, probably wrapping up my channel on that note. I don't know, just a lot of stuff, a lot of thoughts going through my head. So I'm going to get ready to do this Disney thing and not spend as much time on this live stream right now. And I'll talk to you guys when I get back. I'll talk to you guys in text message every day,
Send me
pretty much.
pictures of food. Send me all the food pictures.
Ham!
I love food.
But yeah, and I'll put out some videos for my viewers because I do got to have some closure for the channel and things like that. So I will be wrapping it up with the national giveaway, and that'll probably be the end of it. All right, I'll talk to you guys later.
Well,
I'll see
that
you.
was dark. Thanks for the darkness, Steve. We'll talk to you later.
No national giveaway, ending his channel. And I like Mike Ham. I met him a bunch of times. I love Ham. He chimes in asking about food. A man after my own heart. He's great. But once again, to prove the point, my only point, one of my great points, it was never about the cards. It's sad in a comical way, but we're not talking about getting denied media credentials for the freaking Super Bowl. It's a card show, guys.
I mean, it's amazing that some of us, or all the channels, we're that have lasted so long. Let's be honest here. It's a small ecosystem. It's not as big as everyone makes out to be. It's small, and like, dude, we're making card content here. We're not getting no one's hundreds of thousands of views. If they are, it's interesting. It's a tiny niche that we're doing here, And Flippin' Steve wants to go live life.
It's a card show. It's a convention center filled with folding tables and overpriced beer and overpriced food and overpriced.
Now, when SCV says it in his dirtier way, everyone hates him for it. He hates card shows. I mean, card shows are an interesting place. They definitely are. I go mainly for vibe checks. What's going on? What are things priced? How are things going? I know a couple dealers. Let's go talk to them, see what they're saying.
It's cards and deodorant deficient men walking around negotiating. You know what I mean, right? And for context, which I'm all about context.
All right, so if you want to go check out the rest, he talks about a few more, but I enjoyed the video, and I've been wanting to watch this for a while. This is why we can't trust grading card companies anymore. This guy's got 58,000 subscribers. I think it's a Pokemon. We got John Boy up. We did Collector MD. Let's finish. Perfect. And then Kenny Effin will do your voicemail tomorrow. Let's finish with SCV trying to guess the year of the card. You could play along too, and then we'll get out of here. Thank you to all the members. Start here, Dak Press. And again, to Alex or Troy. So always, I'm the most negative. I even played it. I agree with Jay. It's real. I mean, we're being real here. That's what's going on. Scott, what year and set do you think this is?
2016 Panini Crown Royale.
Boom. Damn, hasn't missed. And you'll notice both the people I did this with RGL and SCV, dude, they know fucking cards. All right, second card, Alvin Kamara.
2017 Panini Don Rosoptic.
I got to make it harder next time. 2 for 2.
2009.
I mean, bro's he's not even phased, not even thinking, bam.
Tops. Just the paper.
Damn, okay. We're real one.
2012 tops.
4 for 4. Here's a tough one. Oh shit! It says on it. So if you're, oh, God.
2013 Panini Prestige.
Like he could easily got him
I thought
Andy
it was either
Dalton
13 or
wrong.
14.
All right, so you would have been right there anyways. Okay, Big Ben rookie.
2004 tops the paper.
Impressive.
Oh man.
Ooh, okay, this might be a struggle. They all look the same.
Yeah. I'm gonna say I'll say 2022 Panini Absolute because they're in Absolute.
Okay, I just put Kaboom. Oh, 23. All right, so off 1 year.
Off by 1 year.
Extremely impressive.
2017
I'll
Panini
love Alex.
Donruss the paper.
Oh, why do I have certified? Yeah, let's change that. What I must not look this up. What year? I'm trusting you here. What year you say?
2017
What's that? What happened? No, that's just how it is.
Donruss Panini, and then just like the paper version.
Hey, look at this. I didn't do that one right. Alex, I need to reach out to you. Get you on. Let's have a conversation. He knew exactly. All right. I hope I did. Hope I did this one. Go ahead.
2019 Panini Prism.
Did I finish? Yeah. Okay. Toughest one. I thought he would have got Tannehill wrong. I wasn't sure if you'd get Tannehill. So well done.
I don't know the set. I'll guess 2016 is the year, but I don't know.
Set's right there.
Score.
2016. All right. Yeah, it is score. 2019 score.
Okay.
Can't believe he's still on the Dolphins and not a rookie. Time flies. Bro, impressive. Damn. Now if I did this with another, if I do this again with you, should it always be football?
I mean, yeah. I mean, football or basketball, I could do. I mean,
Okay, I'll throw in some basketball.
Yeah.
Alex, it was surprising. I appreciate it. And I definitely, I'm going to DM you to try to get a chat. Because normally I agree with almost all your content. The stuff you put up, it's like, yeah, I feel the same way. Tomorrow, Collector MD, thank you for calling in. Thank you to all the callers tonight. The vote ended, by the way. I'll end it now. Excuse me. It didn't end these exact numbers. I'm not going to, clip it again. That's actually it. 42% call-ins, 35% scheduled. Guess what I'm looking at? So again, call-ins are up to you. Thank you to all the people that do call in. We want more of you. It sounds like tomorrow, H Retail G, who's been following for years, love talking with the guy. He might call in. We have Victor Rookie Cars, my first time chatting with him. Will be tomorrow, so that's exciting. And then next week we have Sports Card Investigator, who we just saw his video, and Chris Hoge. Anyways, tonight was great. I really had a great time. Feels like 5 minutes. Blue Red's been trying to hop on at over the course of the last hour. We'll let him finish. Blue Red, make it quick. All right, I'm ready to get out of here. What's up, Blue Red?
So I'm kind of thinking about what I'm gonna do with my job thing. So I have a summer job now.
Hey.
So I got paid twice actually, because I worked 2 11-hour shifts, and it was actually kind of fun to work those 11-hour shifts.
Can we ask what you're doing?
I'm doing dishwashing. It's super easy.
Hey now. All right. Good for you.
And so my plan is that once I get paid, I'll buy like 1 or 2 things and keep it at that and not really try to go super hard.
How much money? How much money are you thinking about with like $100? I was shocked when you sold the Conca Nipples that you bought $1,000 car, and I thought you'd piece it out more. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong to buy one big card, but I thought you were gonna piece it out a little more. So how much money per check, or how much money a month are you thinking about putting into these cards?
I'm thinking about, let's say every 2 paychecks, maybe you put in $200 if it's
that's
every
the exact number that was in my head. I think if you're going to work 11-hour shifts, that's $200 a month seems reasonable. Blue Red, I want to get out of here. Congrats on a job, and keep us updated.
It's a summer job, but I might also be getting like a more permanent job as well. So I'll be working like 2 jobs.
Blue Red, good for you, man. I'm gonna go here. Nothing in the background, gentlemen, ladies. It was a great show. I enjoyed it a bunch. I hope you did, and we'll do it again tomorrow. Thank you to all the callers, and we'll do it again tomorrow.